Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History's stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.
A boom, boom, boom.
How.
Slowing her down. Welcome to this day's episode of Oddball History. This day,
That's right.
like we do a daily one. Mm-hmm. Welcome to this bi-weekly installment of Oddball History.
That's right. It is bi-weekly.
Yes.
Spitting facts, as we always do.
That's what we do. It's what we're about here. And today we're covering Bernarr MacFadden.
Bernarr MacFadden.
America's first fitness influencer.
Yeah, fitness buff.
Real buff.
And the first Jack LaLanne. The turn of the century Jack LaLanne sort of figure. But if Jack LaLanne was Trump, kind of.
Yeah. He
Puts
was like
his name on everything.
His face is everywhere.
Yeah.
He is a lot like he's like had a Joe Rogan element to him.
Yeah.
Because he made millions of dollars just doing salacious tabloids, weird history, fake science, and then supplements.
Yeah.
He was all about it.
Supplement. Sups, homie.
So he's all about the sups.
I remember that was on the cover of a muscle magazine, and I was reminded of it because his muscle magazine, which he founded, which we'll be getting into, the first muscle magazine, it was like the same. It was like the form was already perfected back then. It was just a muscle magazine.
But yeah, he promoted natural living, physical culture, and fasting as cures for nearly all ailments.
That's right.
And he had some decent motherfucker. All right. An early edit in the podcast for a mailman-related incident. It happens.
A mailman with a cop knock.
With a cop knock. Yeah. Let you know he means business.
You know about that? I don't know about y'all. I like to fall asleep to true crime, and I don't know what that is. I don't know why it's good sleeping stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's the narrator voices.
Like the NPR voice. It's always ladies.
It's formulaic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then sometimes they'll be in their investigation.
Yeah.
And you'll be like drifting off to sleep and you hear a cop, Cincinnati police, open the fuck up. And you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Because you were almost asleep.
Is that how you fall asleep? Every night.
Every night.
Every night I tortures
do this.
him.
Ah!
The stories of murder.
That's right.
When my wife was pregnant, she listened to Dateline constantly. And you just walk into the kitchen and you'd be like, and they found Mary's decomposing corpse in the bog.
I love
like that's not relaxing at
I think
all.
I've talked about it on the pod, but I love those network news, Dateline and 2020.
Yeah,
they're really. I like how they have, for no reason, they have these like presenters. They don't really serve any purpose in the show, but the guy and the woman they cut to first.
Yeah.
And they're only in the very beginning and the very end. And the lady acts like she's like shocked by the story she's presenting.
Yeah.
She's like, a mother found dead? and then
this isn't what they talk about every single day.
The guy's like, and her husband could be to blame. It's like this. It's like the dumbest presentation of the.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we've moved past it as a society.
And they do the same clock sound at the beginning. It's nice. It's a throwback.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're doing Bernarr MacFadden. I keep wanting to call him Bernard Robinson. I don't know if I know a guy by that name.
I don't know a Bernard Robinson.
But Bernarr MacFadden, he the first flim-flam fake fitness guy.
A real lunatic.
And in honor of that, this episode is brought to you by Alpha Brain.
That's right.
Alpha Brain. It probably works. Mm-hmm. Just shut up and listen. All right? Your family's lying to you. Alpha Brain's your family now.
Yeah.
Take Alpha Brain.
Make your brain fucking swole.
Fucking swole brain. That's what I always think. Very stupid name.
Make your brain the alpha of all the brains.
It's going to be good. But before we get into that.
Leave the little dick brains in the dust. Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain. Let's do the top comments.
Top comments of the week.
Welcome to the top comments with Oddball History, where the past gets a little weird and the laughs are always fresh. But before we dive into the most memorable remarks, let us kick things off with a few jokes straight from the mind of artificial intelligence. Here is a dirty joke about fitness magazines. Why did the fitness magazine get kicked out of the gym? Because it kept exposing its abs in public. Now, for a funny workout joke. Why did the dumbbell break up with the treadmill? It just could not handle the running commitment. Sometimes, even gym equipment needs a little personal space. Now that we've shared a laugh, how about those top comments? Chaos reigns.
We had some good ones. We had some bad ones.
Yeah, there was a few.
We had some fun times.
One guy goes, talking about Scott, what's wrong with your voice? Sound like someone pretending to be a stoner.
Yeah. Hey, pal. Hey,
This is just a good old fashioned stoner.
yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't think it's not like I'm talking like Spicoli, you know.
You do get sidetracked pretty regularly.
I get sidetracked.
You slow down
That's true.
sometimes.
I get sidetracked. That's true. But that's just my speaking style.
See, there's a perfect example.
Circuitous.
Circuitous.
That doesn't have anything to do with the weed. That's just a storytelling.
I like, well, Dave Clark 6511. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Scott's as good of an actor?
Yeah.
He's just been putting on that he smokes
You think
weed.
you're acting like I'm talking like Cody from Step by Step, and I'm not, pal.
I'm not, pal.
I remember what Cody talked like, and it was fairly different from me. I'm pretty sure.
The science clip about hugging your dogs got some traction.
Mostly, I'm a really big pro-science guy. You know,
Okay.
like I believe in science.
Yeah.
I'm always saying we need to listen to scientists. Aren't I always saying that?
He's never shuts
Constantly.
up about it.
I always say that. But then this week I read an article that was like, dogs don't actually like to be hugged. And I was like, do you scientists ever shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. Who the fuck is asking you? Who the fuck? My dog loves when I hug him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Zach laughs, says that study was definitely funded by a cat person. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hug your dogs.
They were, yeah.
D. Schleim goes, you're creeping your dog out. So, again.
Wait, but didn't he say it was written? Yeah, that's so true.
I read it as
you
what he meant.
edited it. He said
you are creeping your dog out if you hug it. I
don't know.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to point out, I was like, that he made a mistake.
You fool. You're a fool.
You fool. Have you ever seen that Hollywood Squares with Gilbert Gottfried, where whenever they would not take his answer, he would go, "You fool!" It was a hilarious bit.
That same clip, it goes, as soon as you hear, I believe in science, you know you're about to hear utter nonsense.
Yeah, and I don't know.
You like to? Did he listen to the whole thing, or did we go? We started the clip with, I believe in science.
Yeah,
and he just commented with the thing on mute and was like, "Fuck you guys, Fauci's a criminal."
Yep, it's a lot of people are responding to setups for jokes.
Yes.
Like they're in a debate club. A lot of people think they exist in like a giant debate club these days, and I find that troubling.
Well, all the comment sections of everything is just like people came in with their own idea and are like, this seems close enough to the thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Let me hop in here.
Yeah.
Start talking some shit.
That's so true.
I thought it was a thing you like matured out of, but we're like regressing. Where I remember being like 16, or we didn't have social media at 16, like 18 to 24, I would engage online and like fuck with people and argue.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, this is just a waste of everyone's time.
Yep.
And only comment on our videos.
Yes. Comment on our videos, but nothing else. I just read a stat that now over half of all internet traffic is bot traffic.
Yeah. The dead internet theory.
That like recently. Went over 51%.
Let's see. We had the Corvée labor clip about slavery in Haiti.
Yeah.
Smedley Butler. He was a Marine that fought in every war between the Spanish-American War and World War I. He reintroduced slavery to Haiti. Under U.S. administration, the Haitians were made to work on infrastructure projects, especially roads, through a system called Corvée labor. Smedley Butler did not reintroduce slavery in the literal or legal sense. But he was involved.
Yeah, no,
but
he enforced the system of labor where if you ran away, you were...
Yeah, but he was involved in enforcing policies in Haiti that resembled slavery in practice, specifically forced unpaid labor under coercion. And farm welding goes, it's slavery adjacent.
That's right.
Which I love the HR speak about slavery. I got a kick out of that. Which, because if you look at the Venn diagrams of corvée labor and slavery, it's mostly middle. You know, your standard Venn diagram, a little spread out. This one is actually, it's just a single circle.
Yeah. It's not a... I mean, I still would have... They would have to re-explain to me what they were mean, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. That's a crazy distinction to make.
Yeah. Well, I think the distinction is it was for public projects specifically, and once the project was done, they let you go. So it's like they would just grab everyone and they'd build roads.
Just like kind of like a slavery temp agency.
Yes, it's slavery adjacent.
Yes.
Farm welding is correct.
All right. Well, okay. Our bad on that one.
Sorry.
I said it sarcastically at first, but now I'm real.
See, the worst
I'm
thing,
like, sorry,
it's like
guys.
Uber. It's like Uber versus taxis. Like the worst part about slavery is you got to house them and feed them. What if we could get rid of that requirement and just you get slaves when you need them?
Yeah.
Corvée labor. We're bringing it back. Farm welding again. What if Banana Wars was just a cover for big old gay orgy on an island? Banana, penis. And then he commented on himself, hold up, is Epstein just Banana Wars Part 2?
I don't think so. I don't think he is, I'll be honest.
All right, Nick.
But
Scott's shutting you down on this one.
the Banana Wars, what a time. I also don't think the Banana Wars was a gay orgy, and I'll tell you why. Everyone had diarrhea. No one was in any position to be bottoming.
No.
All right.
Oral. You can have an oral gangbang.
I mean, if you want to
Blowbang,
be
if
down
you
there
will.
while a guy's being literally lifted off the ground by stream of diarrhea from bad beef. No, bad beef was the Spanish-American War, not the Banana Wars. A little different.
But and then another one.
Or wait, does the Spanish-American War count as part of the Banana Wars? Did it?
I couldn't tell
Write
you.
on in and tell us.
Write in.
I don't remember at all. We were just reading about that last week.
And then there's this guy about the Banana Wars still. As he goes, the crazy thing is most people don't even care about bananas like that. Like they're okay once in a while, but I straight up have not had a banana in years.
Yeah.
Now this is my favorite of taking of personal feeling and extrapolating it to society.
Yeah.
Which, yes, a war over bananas is stupid.
Yeah.
But then just having like a Gen
even
Z
like
kid come and be like,
bananas
dude,
that
I don't even
much.
like bananas like that, dude. What are we doing? Like, That's crazy.
That's insane. But yes, I gotta say, I love bananas. So I'm not, I don't really share this position. I think bananas are great. I think they're one of the best fruits.
Yeah.
Hey, banana with peanut butter. That's a nutritious treat.
Yeah, a little snack. Snack of the gods.
Good snack.
Fry it, put it on a sandwich. It'll kill Elvis Presley.
That's right.
We all know the story.
Well, I mean, like 4 bananas and like 2 jars.
A jar of peanut butter and a whole baguette.
Oh, Elvis was crazy.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked shit about Elvis and everyone on the internet got all the old
Yes,
people?
all the
got
old
mad at
ladies
us?
got very mad
They're
at
like,
us.
shut the fuck up about Elvis. I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah. She wasn't that young.
And that's what the old women are
She
saying.
knew how she dressed.
Yeah.
Like, she was 13 and her dad got her. It was weird. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's concludes the top comment section of this week.
Top comments on the way.
Now for Bernarr MacFadden was actually born Bernard Adolphus MacFadden.
Pretty good name.
Pretty solid name. And he literally changed it to Bernarr, Bernarr, because it sounded more like a lion's roar.
Yeah.
So he's going like Bernarr.
Bernarr.
He's doing a pirate joke.
He's doing a pirate thing.
Which, speaking of pirates, Alan Tudyk, the pirate the pirate from Dodgeball.
I have not double checked to see if he still follows us.
I think he
but
still does.
He followed us on
for-
Instagram. Shout out Alan Tudyk. We love your work, Alan Tudyk.
Welcome aboard,
I
sir.
have a story about Alan Tudyk. Me and my brother went and saw 42, and all I remember about that it was like one of those theaters where you could drink. I was
Yeah.
still a drinking man at the time.
Okay.
I got wildly drunk, and I'm sitting there in the theater, and I said out loud, and I feel bad about this in retrospect. I said out loud while Alan Tudyk's character is berating Jackie Robinson with like racist epithets.
Yeah.
And other I was like, I remember saying, I said it to my brother, but I'm pretty sure I said it really loudly. I was just like, Steve the Pirate, no. And then I felt bad. I was like, oh God, I'm being a menace.
I've already told you about the movie theater story about, oh my God, JVB, James Van Der Beek, greatest sports movie of all time.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. God dang.
I don't want your life.
I don't want your life. When the lady had the whipped cream on and he declined, somebody in the theater went, Dawson, you pussy. Famously of Dawson's Creek. I enjoy that.
Hilarious.
I enjoyed that.
Got his ass, honestly.
Got his ass good.
Got his ass.
But yeah, Bernarr MacFadden was born in 1868 in Missouri.
Mill Spring, Missouri.
Mill Spring. You orphaned, farmhand.
By the age of 11, he's orphaned. His dad was an alcoholic. His mother had tuberculosis. A real rough childhood.
Yes.
When he was orphaned at 11 when his mom died, just to give you an idea of how sickly he was as a boy, his aunt at the funeral told him that he was going to be next. She looked at him and was like, oh my God, you're so sickly.
This kid's
You're-
going.
You're definitely going to die next.
That's a dark, what was they called the one guy, the ghost?
Yeah.
Adolf Sachs.
Yes, the boy ghost. They were
Yeah,
all
like,
like,
he's gonna
die. It seemed like at the turn of the century, they were very comfortable with telling children to their faces that they were going to die, even if they weren't going to die.
Kids understood mortality much better back then.
yeah,
You know?
because the parents were making sure that they did.
Yes.
So she's like, oh my God, you're definitely going to die. But here's the thing. He doesn't die. He lives just a spider. He ends up as a bound boy with a farmer in northern Illinois. And he gets strong. He credits working on the farm and eating all the wholesome farm foods.
Hell
with
yeah.
restoring his health. He eventually runs away. So he, it's cool. He likes that he got his health back, but he's also, there's some element of fuck this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
He runs away.
He really wants to be famous. Like that's an incredible desire his entire life to get and maintain fame.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
He so at 13 he strikes out on his own, which I love. He gets an office job in St. Louis at first, and his health goes back to shit because it's so funny imagining a
Sedentary
13-year-old taking on a new city in an office job.
That's it's a child.
It's like Big, but without the transformation. He's just a boy
Like
working
and then like the 13-year-old, like his back goes out. Like he's having middle-age
Yeah, he's
problems.
like, oh God, my fucking sciatica.
He's lived a full life by the time he's 14.
Yeah, it is
He's
so
loved,
funny.
he's lost, he's regained, he's lost.
Yeah, it's such a turn of the century thing.
Yeah.
So he recovers again. This time he, by his own, he kind of does it himself. He starts lifting weights. He starts eating vegetarian and taking long walks with lead weights sewed in his clothes up to 6 miles a day. Regains his former buffness. Then at 18, he founds his first gym in St. Louis. He starts calling himself a kinestherapist, which he later admits was just made up. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And
I love the fact about this gym is that it was decorated with pictures of himself posing as Hercules.
Yes.
Which rules.
If you own a gym and you don't have a bunch of pictures of yourself as Hercules around,
He's
what
Ben
are you-
Stiller's character from Dodgeball.
Yes.
Right, the bull grabbing the bull by the horns.
Yes.
Which, speaking of
Dwight
Dodgeball,
Goodman.
welcome to the podcast again, Alan Tudyk. It's
Alan
great to have
Tudyk,
you.
we love you so
Yeah.
much.
But yeah,
Can't say it enough.
just can't say it enough. But his obsession with physical culture, it involved fasting, nudity, raw foods, and extreme exercise,
Yeah.
which are all not bad.
Yeah, all not bad. This is one of those where he's like he's kind of on the, he has some good ideas, but he just sprints right past them. Like so many people of his
Yeah.
day, like he has some good ideas, but
And
it's
I think he got so much popularity because this was, Teddy Roosevelt was around with the strenuous life. There was an
Yes.
idea of hardening yourself as a man.
A movement called muscular Christianity, which I did not know was a thing, but
Was a real thing?
muscular Christianity.
Makes you think of righteous gemstones.
It was. Oh my God! It was Kelvin's
Yes.
army of buff dudes.
Yeah.
I forget what they were called. Right on in. Remind me what they were called. But yes, it's a huge. Like, there's a. Apparently, this is just a thing. America just gets a health craze every once in a while.
Well, then
and this was one of those. This was
around that time they had the Pure Food and Drug Act as well.
Yeah, 1906.
Where there was kind of like a confluence of things of people were getting healthier, or there's more of the science was kind of coming around of what made people healthy, and
they're like, all right, quacks, you gotta
Yeah.
fucking all right, like a few more years.
and
but
the children were beginning to exit the mines. I think,
Yes.
where we had capitalism run amok and child labor was all fucked up, and
yeah, and there was a
they're
big
like, hey, everyone's sick.
everyone's sick. Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of like a larger scale New Year's resolution. Like
Yeah.
everyone in 1900 being like, all right, we fucked up that last century.
Yeah.
Pretty bad
Oof.
with all our illnesses and wars. But this is the one.
Yeah,
We're
sorry about owning people and making
gonna fucking
9-year-olds
do it.
work in mines.
Yeah, that was our bad. But here's the good news.
Boy, their hands are so
We are
little. They
sorry.
can get into those
We're
little
sorry.
cracks and crevices. You can't replace that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you can't replace that. And it's it's really hot in the streets to be buff these days.
Fuck yeah.
It's
always been great.
It's always been great.
Yeah.
MacFadden once said, "Medicine has had its day. It belongs to the ignorance of the distant past."
Yeah, or that was the negative of physical culture is doctors are evil, medicine is stupid.
Yeah.
And he believed it because he did have 2 children pass away. He had 8 kids. 2 of them passed away because he wouldn't get medical attention for them. So he really
Yeah.
stuck to his guns.
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy to read about. The first one, like the kid started going into convulsions. An infant started going into convulsions, and the mother is begging Bernarr to take him to a doctor. And he's like, "How about this? Instead, we throw him in the hot bath, put him in a Stitz bath. He'll be fine." He died an hour later in the mother's arms. And then there was a girl, one of his daughters had a heart condition that, of course, she didn't get any medical attention for. She died. And then he had a quote about that. He said, "It's better that she is gone. She only would have disgraced me." So just a cool dude, this Bernarr MacFadden.
Just a nice guy.
Just a cool, normal man. But anyway, he founds in 1899 the Physical Culture magazine.
Yeah, which is his big money maker.
Yeah, he parlays that into an entire publishing empire. The magazine itself, Physical Culture, it's filled with near nude photos of himself and other models. The cover's usually like a scantily clad woman.
Yeah.
And then
Which it has great things like he declares that white bread is the staff of death.
That's right. He hates white bread.
And it destroyed your health and masculinity. And then, he also said the physical what he was shooting for was the physical emancipation of the human race.
Sure.
Which just sounds like a supervillain line.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it does.
But then Physical Culture magazine...
they had the tagline, "Weakness is a crime, don't be criminal."
Yes. Hell
Which
yeah.
just goes back to my point. Muscle magazines have always been the same.
They've been the same.
They've always been the same. They always say stuff like "hydrate to look great." You know?
Yeah.
That was another one.
Catchy slogans.
Those are only 2
know?
I remember. The
Hydrate.
Sups Homie one and the
I've been drinking
"Hydrate to look great."
Element Stay Salty, salt-based hydration multiplier.
Hell yeah.
Only because they do like a first responder deal where you get nominated and they sent you like $150 worth of stuff. And I was like,
That's pretty
all
sweet.
this. I'm drinking a mango chili water right now. They got some flavors I don't like, but
All right.
boy, while
That
I drink
sounds-
some free stuff.
That sounds wild.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah. Free drinks are good drinks. That's what I always say.
As part of this magazine, he got in trouble a few times because at the time, he was posting scantily clad women and like would encourage people to sunbathe nude and thought like clothes were restricting for your health. And
Yeah, and he was a big believer in like sex for not just procreation. He was like,
Yeah.
sex is great. You should do it. It's a fun exercise. Everybody should be boning.
All the time.
Let's get that out there. And of course, people at the turn of the century did not like that. They were like, no, only procreation. Do not listen to this man.
Yeah.
He's insane. Look at his hair. Oh, yeah, that's important to know about Bernarr MacFadden. He had insane looking hair because he believed that you could prevent baldness by tugging at the hair rhythmically. So his hair was always like a wild, shooting out in two directions because he had been pulling on it all day to exercise.
Looking like Mark Twain, but Mark was just crazy.
The follicles.
You know?
Yeah, but without the stories to back it up. The old folksy yarns.
Without your whole friend's name Jim.
Yeah, to back it up.
But so in 1905, he does a bunch of posters in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, he's having a monster physical culture exhibition, he calls it.
Yeah.
And so for that, he's blanketing New York in these posters of himself and other models nearly nude.
Yeah.
This is a big theme with him. He's always nearly nude.
Yes.
He's like, that's how we're going to sell this. And to be fair, you look up pictures of him, he was a
good
buff
looking.
dude.
Yeah.
He was a buff dude.
And he
looks
made like
fucking
$30 million
insane.
at the time. So like it worked.
Yeah, he had 30 million by 1930.
People like looking at bodies.
A lot of that is his magazine, Physical Culture. He spun that off into like a ton of titles.
Yeah.
He in 1919 he is when his second magazine starts. It's True Stories. It's based on true stories that people would send into Physical Culture, which became a hugely popular part of the magazine. And so they just start a True Stories magazine, and then when there's shortages, they just make them.
They
up.
just made up like half the stories in it.
Yeah, they don't, and no one seems to care.
Yeah, it's all
like
fun.
No one seems to care at all.
Well, that was always like the Playboy letters in. It was always about dudes having like threesomes with flight attendants, and you're like, I don't think that.
Penthouse Forum.
Yeah, it was like I think you're just jerking off with a pen right now.
Yeah, this guy, there's no way any of this happened.
Zero.
I can tell by the way this man writes that he did not meet any farmer's daughter. But anyway, so True Stories does well with their made up bullshit stories. At the height of his empire in the 30s, he's publishing these as well as True Romance, True Detective, Liberty, which is like a competitor to Life, Dream World, Ghost Stories, Photo Play, which was a movie magazine, the sci-fi magazine Amazing Stories, Sport, and the New York Evening Graphic, which was America's most outrageous tabloid at the time. They called it the Pornographic.
Hell yeah.
Because it was all salacious shit. One thing they would do, don't know how this was legal, they had cosmographs, what they called cosmographs, and they would take photos of a celebrity and paste their heads onto the bodies of models acting out lurid stories.
Yeah.
And then they would run these as cosmograph, like it was like an early
people have
Photoshop.
always wanted what the people have always wanted.
Yeah,
just technology has finally advanced to our perversions too, where we can pull this stuff off now.
Yeah, so he's in the grime in the publishing industry, but he's fucking killing it. He's moving more newspapers than like Hearst, any of the newspaper magnates you can or publishing.
One of my favorite
total
ones he
readership
did,
of 4.7 million by the 1930s.
It's a lot of people,
yeah,
a lot of human
all
beings.
together.
He had a spinoff for women called Beauty and Health.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I'll put the picture on the video, but see this lady?
Yeah.
This is an excerpt from the magazine, and it says, entire body in miserable condition. Thin, almost to the stage of emaciation. Chest flat, almost scrawny, with prominent collarbones and deep hollows. The fearful result of bodily neglect clearly shown in this figure. That's just a nice-looking lady, you know?
Yeah, that is brutal.
Yeah, a little rough.
That is brutal. They make the America's Next Top Model judges look like fucking child's play.
Yeah.
I was watching, I've never seen America's Next Top Model before, but we were watching like a season 1 episode the other day, and it was wild.
Going back to those.
They say stuff like, she's rail thin. I love it.
Just dudes being queens with Tyra Banks.
There was no, well, and they're saying like, and they're just encouraging, like, there's this girl that everyone thinks might be anorexic, and it's like a real split. Some of the judges are like, I don't know, I worry about it. But some of the judges are like, I love it. She looks so good. She's so skinny. One of them is like, Linda Evangelista was a rail in her defense. And I was like, I don't know who that is, but it was really fun to hear.
Those old reality shows are fun to go back to season 1.
Yeah,
and just
problematic.
The standards of 2003 were different.
Ooh-wee.
You were allowed to be a little more freewheeling, you know?
Old Hell's Kitchen, just Gordon Ramsay calling guys fat the whole time. It's the whole time, just mocking all the fat contestants. Although he's mean to the guests sometimes, which is this is like before softened Gordon Ramsay. I don't know if the kids at home even know about that era of Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah, he was a hard man.
He one time, some guy, two guys came up to complain about something, and he called them douchebags and told them to go sit down. I was like, hell yeah, this is not the Gordon Ramsay. But now he's so polished and like
he's a media guy.
He's like a family guy.
It's like sports
he's like
guys.
The Rock.
Yeah, Pat McAfee got the ESPN job, cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Start making some moolah.
Yeah.
But I love the Anthony Comstock was the head of the Society of the Suppression of Vice,
where we get Comstock laws. I remember that.
Which is a real 1984 job title.
It sure is.
That was a thing that was going on in America. But he gets mad at him for the 1905 posters in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, he is not a fan. He is not a fan of him. And MacFadden are like oil and water because, of course, Comstock is King Prude, and that was a thing. MacFadden always spoke out against prudery.
Yeah,
he was very against it. So these guys, they were
oil
bound
and water, cats and dogs.
Yeah, he's putting up posters nearly showing his dong.
But then in 1907, he wrote an article about venereal disease, just like a women's health article in one of his magazines.
Yeah, and
he was arrested for obscenity and was facing 2 years in prison. Tried to appeal it, was denied.
Yeah,
and he used his giant readership to lobby.
He went on tour.
Yeah, he went on tour for people to get in touch with President Taft at the time.
Yep.
And Taft ended up pardoning him.
Yeah.
Which there's something there about Taft being a big fat guy.
Yeah. He was like,
he just didn't want to get bullied by this fit man.
Yeah. And frankly, it's hilarious that I thought it was so funny that this worked. Like he had enough of an audience to be like, y'all got to write President William Howard Taft and tell him not to. And then like he went on a tour, like he's facing obscenity charges, and he went on a tour and is like, these prudes are they're the biggest danger to America. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And then, but you should write William Howard Taft. But it completely worked. I
always thought President Garfield was the fat one, and it's literally just because of the cat.
Yeah,
that I get confused about.
You're mixing up which one liked lasagna.
President Garfield, the guy that loved lasagna. You know that president.
Yeah.
Listen to me talk about history on a regular basis.
I love that. And this is neither here nor there, but I saw an episode of Garfield, the 90s Garfield show recently, where Garfield goes and he like runs away from home because he's like, John sucks. Odie sucks. I'm going to go. And he finds this little girl, and she's like a rich girl. And at first everything's great, but then she dresses him up and like sings to him. And he runs away again. He tries to go back to John, and he looks to the camera and he says, and he deadpans, he goes, anyone who sings like that should be dragged out into the streets and shot. Or better yet, forced to listen to themselves. I was like, fuck, Garfield.
Garfield, goddamn.
That was a dark...
Leave the little girl alone.
A dark joke.
Yeah.
But anyway, back in 1935... With the preventable deaths of two of his children successfully swept under the rug, he managed to keep them out of the papers. He decides the time is now to run for president.
President MacFadden.
He's like, the people are asking for it. Nobody was asking for it, but he says, I'm going to do it. He had originally been a Roosevelt man. He loved FDR at one point. But he was one of those people that didn't like the New Deal, and was very anti-communist and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
got switched to Republican when that happened. But it was interesting. He actually one of his magazines helped FDR's 1932 campaign in a big way by they said they did a physical on him and he's super healthy.
Yeah,
no need to worry about that. This is not a man you're going to see
in a
having
wheelchair
trouble walking
yeah.
and anytime soon. And that is a Bernarr MacFadden promise. And then he has Eleanor Roosevelt write articles in his magazines too. He's a firm FDR man in the beginning, but then the New Deal happens and he says, fuck that. And he switches sides.
That he was going to rename the White House the Physical Culture Palace. The man loves branding.
Yes.
He's got his cash cow, the magazine, Physical Culture.
Yes.
And he's slapping on everything. Very Trump-esque.
Yeah, and he's not branching out in what he calls things. He calls things physical culture all the time.
All he says.
He opens healthatoriums everywhere that have physical culture training classes. He has a physical culture restaurant that's the first vegetarian restaurant in New York City, and eventually puts locations in Philadelphia, Boston, and fucking, I don't know.
We'll never know. Lost to the sands of time.
One other place. Lost to the sands of time. But anyway, he runs for president and it goes really badly.
Yeah.
It goes, he attends, I read he attended the Republican National Convention in Cleveland that year. And if you read about the Republican National Convention, there's no mention that he was there at all. But apparently he was listening nearby in a hotel room, hoping that they would deadlock and be like, you know who we need to call in? Is that lunatic who's always pulling on his hair?
Guy?
That jacked fucking lunatic who's always pulling on his hair. Oh, and apparently he would always wear, he hated, he thought the clothing industry was dishonest and bad. So he would he wore his suits until they just fell off of him pretty much. He was a very insane looking man, a hard sell for voters, I feel, in an election. And they apparently did too. He did not, he ended up not, of course, getting the nod. Of course, they chose instead Governor Alf Landon of Kansas, who we might remember beat out John Brinkley, our old Dr. Goatballs.
Dr. Goatballs.
For that position, for governor of Kansas. But Alf Landon then gets the shit kicked out of him by FDR and the general. Especially rough for MacFadden because he allegedly spent upwards of $100,000 in bribes on his presidential campaign.
That was the presidential campaign. He did that, and then he goes to Florida and runs for Senate, loses that. Runs for the governorship of Florida, loses that.
Yeah, switched back to Democrat for the Senate run. Finishes third in the primary. He's just trying
to get in where you fit in, brother. But then he goes to New York City and runs to be the mayor
at age 84.
Yeah, which he
spends 1953.
He gets ousted from his own company because he spent $900,000 of the company money on his campaign.
Yeah, and he couldn't. In the end, they wouldn't even put him on the ballot. In New York, they were like, "All right, guy, we already have 4 candidates."
Very Bloomberg. Like, he spent $1 billion. Like, what did he do? And they're like, nothing. He did nothing.
He sucks at politics. He's really bad, and he gets sued.
He also sucked at religion.
Yeah,
where he started a religion called cosmetarianism, which is pretty much people who take care of their bodies go to heaven, which he called Physical Culture City. That's what heaven's called.
This guy is not great at names.
He's not good at naming stuff, but...
Which, and I don't think it's easy to found a religion, but, he's... he fucked it up, really. He was really bad at religion founding. It went nowhere. I could find, nothing about it,
Yeah, it was pretty short-lived, I believe, but...
But the main thing about Bernarr MacFadden, I think, the real through line in his life is he was a real dirty-dicked womanizer.
Yeah.
He was married, like you said, 4 times, cheated on every wife.
Cheated on every single wife.
He was touring and lecturing. This is a little bit after his arrest and near prison sentence. He's touring in England, lecturing on the importance of being swole. And in 1913, he offers a cash prize for the most perfect specimen of English womanhood. Can you see where this is going?
And hundreds of women come to this contest.
Yeah, tons. They find her eventually. It's a 19-year-old swimmer named Mary Williamson, and the 45-year-old MacFadden then marries her, takes her on tour with him, and their whole show was like he would give a speech about physical culture and some demonstrations while she kind of traipsed around the stage in flesh-colored tights. And then their big finish was he would get in kind of a crab walk position on the stage, and she would climb up on like a 7-foot high little ladder,
jump on his abs,
jump on his rock hard abs.
I love the contest because she became his third wife, and they had a couple kids together.
Seven.
Eight.
Well, we don't know. Well, they killed 2, so
yeah.
Bernarr did.
Yeah.
Let's not drag Mary into this.
This is how Tinder, before Tinder existed, was you had to throw a beauty contest in the country you wanted to marry someone from, and then
That's
the
right.
champion, the prize,
Yeah.
was you get to be with Bernarr.
Yeah, it would have been, it really might have been a beautiful love story if Bernarr wasn't such a terrible person in so many ways. But because they settled down together. They had 7 children. But then, like I said, yeah, they killed. The 2 of them were lost to his bad ideas. Mary did divorce him in 1946, and she wrote a scathing memoir about her life with him, Dumbbells and Carrot Strips, that mocks all of his eccentricities and beliefs and his weird dick. I was just guessing on that last one. I didn't really see it, but I bet it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, this is just this sounds like a scorned lover.
It sounds like it's definitely in
of
there.
a very abusive man.
Yes, I read a little bit into it, and I think it might be worth the read. It sounds pretty funny. It opens with a scene from right after they're married, and she gave him as a gift like these silk pajamas, and he got really mad and threw the pajama pants up on a chandelier where they stayed for like the entire time they were there, and gave her a speech about how you shouldn't wear pants in bed because you should always be ready to fuck.
Stay ready. You don't got to get ready.
Just Bernarr MacFadden being Bernarr MacFadden, you know?
He also married at 1948, at the age of 80. He married a 42-year-old fitness buff.
Yeah, Johnny Lee.
Johnny Lee.
What a good old lady name.
Yeah. Oh,
Johnny
she's old lady.
Lee.
She's 42. That's a middle-aged lady.
42 in 1950, though.
In 1950,
42
that is
in 1950 is
yeah,
very.
that's a 70-year-old today.
These are old people to the people on Mad Men.
But she gets mad at him and wants to get a divorce because she catches him cheating on her.
Of course.
Which an 80-year-old
he
man
always
out
does.
there slanging dick still.
Yeah.
Impressive. He's a bad guy, clearly, but good on him.
But he stays.
She forgave him, and then he did it again, and they got divorced. So
Oops, he did it again. He's always doing it again, be it killing children or cheating on his wives. He always says, let's play too.
So now with all these divorces and failed government runs, he ends and he's kicked out of his company.
Being sued by his by shareholders in his company for using funds to run for fucking president.
So he ends up his life ends in like a shitty like hotel room in Jersey City. He's penniless. He owes everyone alimony and stuff from all his divorces. Everything's bad.
Yeah, he gets arrested a couple times, actually. He finally goes to jail, but for failure to pay alimony.
And he has what was kind of infection?
It was a urinary tract infection.
Well,
it was like a urinary tract blockage.
He had an issue.
Refused medical treatment for.
Yeah, he had an issue, and then he refused medical treatment.
He said, I know what to do with a urinary tract infection. A 3-day fast.
3-day fast. And then he ends up passing out, and the guy that ran the hotel, sent him to the hospital, and they put a catheter in him, and then he died of the urinary tract infection a few days later. It's like, could that be maybe the fast was going to work and the catheter made it worse? We may never know.
I doubt it. I think we do know.
It sounds like you didn't drink any of the Kool-Aid for Bernarr MacFadden.
I'll be honest. Some of it, look, lifting weights is good. Eating lots of fruits and vegetables, getting plenty of fresh air. These are all good things. But, he just, like I said, he sprinted past the good stuff in some in some points, you know? Like he had a lot of things that made sense, but then like he hated, for instance, hats. He was mad at hats. He said they made people go bald. But
you still kind of hear that.
He believed the 6 pillars. Yeah, I heard that when I was a kid, and I was always like, that sounds like bullshit. Because I would wear a hat all the time, and people would be like, you're going to go bald when you're older if you wear a hat. And I was like, that sounds like a bunch of horse shit. But he said the 6 pillars of sickness in America were corsets, doctors, vaccination, overeating, prudery, and our old friend white bread, the staff of death. He walked around New York City
boy,
barefoot.
does it feel random that corsets got really thrown under the bus there.
Yeah.
Yes, they are a weird device, and it's a strange thing.
I see. I
But
kind
as
of
one
see
of the
why.
pillars of vice in America, I think we got
sickness, pillars of sickness. And he was so fucking successful. Like he came along at a perfect time, and he branched out. He had he started schools. He tried to start a city called. Guess what it was called?
Physical Culture City.
Physical Culture City. This guy has a knack for names.
Yeah.
He was going to start it. It was going to be in Middlesex County, New Jersey, but it folded after a couple of years. But yeah, interesting, terrible man.
Terrible guy. And
really terrible person.
kind of a fun dude in some ways.
And
If you weren't in a romantic relationship with him and he actually doesn't even seem fun. He's just crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy as shit. And he apparently would challenge people to fights very often, which I could totally see. He did the thing where he would do publicity stunts on his birthday every year, starting when he was like 81. So like on his 83rd, it's his 75th. His 75th, he invited a bunch of newspaper photographers out, and he did a headstand for them. I feel headstands, I think, were a big thing for Bernarr.
Yeah.
Because Mary, reading her book, I read a little part about that when she said yes, when he asked if she would marry him, he did a headstand on her. I'm not sure where, if she's lying flat. Yeah. Allowing him to do this, or if he's doing a handstand in her lap, a headstand in her lap, or what. But that was how he celebrated Mary saying yes to him, and she said like a minute and a half headstand. Like, this is a long time. You're thinking she's like, all right.
That's a long bit. I'm just like, headstand, he's excited, and he's sticking it.
Okay, Bernarr, he
stuck it.
That's probably enough.
He's still in it.
So his 75th, he does that. On his 83rd, he parachuted out of an airplane into the Hudson River wearing red flannel underwear and a football helmet. And then for his 84th, he did the same thing in Paris.
Yeah, he's a character. He used all the equipment from Airheads with their rants.
The red flannel underwear and football helmet jump is the funniest one. Yeah. That's funny. That's like in the beginning of Mighty Ducks when they don't have the right equipment.
Yeah, good.
It's funny. It's funny to see an out of context football helmet.
Yes. And so that concludes Bernarr MacFadden.
Bernarr MacFadden,
big
we
weirdo.
Hardly knew ye. Big weirdo. Good time.
Yeah.
Reading about him.
I know, right? Actually, I got some shows coming up on August 22nd. I'll be doing a Don't Tell show in Dallas. Also, August 28th, Don't Tell. Check out Don't Tell's website, and you can see tickets.
I don't think you're supposed to talk about those.
I know, but we're doing it. It's secret lineups and secret venues. So I'm not going to tell you who else is on it.
Don't Tell's going to send some guys here and knock your ass off.
But I know who's on it and where they are, but they're cool venues.
Well, if Jimmy goes missing, we know.
Who's up to it. August 27th, I'll be headlining at the Statler Hotel. And then September 24th.
If you're not in a black site prison.
By then, because Don't Tell Comedy. Because I revealed the secret locations and lineups prior to the day.
Is that the right term? Black site? Is that what they say?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
And then September 24th, I'll be at Zany's in Nashville as part of the Heroes Off-Duty Tour.
Hell yeah.
So you got any shows coming up?
I only have one to plug. I have next Thursday, that's the 14th. I'll be in Fort Worth for a 325.
Fort Worth Hyenas.
Go see
Scott. Free show.
Come check me out.
Do it. They're always good. I was laughing. I had a thought. I was reading a thing about John McCain, and I saw there's video of him crashing in that lake in Hanoi.
Yeah, and people like getting him
There's
going and
video
pulling him
of
out.
him, which is crazy. But I was watching that and just hearing about his struggles and being in a POW camp in Vietnam. And I was like, this reminds me a lot about going out to dinner with a baby. It's just the same.
Yeah.
Or just the loss of power. There's just a little man that you can't understand, and he has dominion over your life. You know.
Yeah.
You know, he's just looking at. He's like, bah, 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 and you're like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
And that's not a racist
sorry.
accent. That's what my baby sounds like.
Yeah.
I have a Vietnamese baby.
That's right.
So.
And he does poke Jimmy with bamboo spears sometimes.
Yeah.
All
the
babies
Hanoi
do.
Hilton.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
about
it's,
babies.
It's a natural thing. Yeah.
All babies go through a phase of jabbing at you
with bamboo spears.
With bamboo spears.
They always
that
go
have been
for right under
dipped
the
in
nails.
feces,
Yeah.
So the wound gets infected. It's unfortunate, but it's natural.
It's part
and
of life.
Frankly, beautiful in a
Part
way.
of parenthood. These are the things you got to deal with. You know, they don't tell you about that in sex ed.
Yeah, they do not. Have I ever told my sex ed story on here?
No, please do.
I had a fantastic. It's all I ever think about when sex ed is brought up. When I had sex ed the first time, most of my sex ed was just from health class in 7th grade.
Okay.
But 6th grade, we did like a real like short, like kind of an afternoon where the boys went in one room and the girls went in another room.
I remember that.
And that time, we all walk in there, and our counselor, Mr. Patterson, who takes a lot of heckling all the time from the kids, he's running the class. Bad idea. And we walk in, and there's on the overhead projector, there's like a diagram of a naked man. And of course, like all those diagrams, he has a tiny, tiny penis. Yeah. Just that little tiny.
And a bunch of prepubescent boys.
Tiny
what a little dick.
And we get in there and we all sit down, and Mr. Patterson's just about to start talking. And this man with a tiny penis is on the board. And this kid, Juan, just goes, "It's Mr. Patterson." And that was the end of that. Like, I don't think anyone heard anything that was said after that.
No information was given at all.
No, none absorbed.
Man, there were some. I had a Spanish class.
It was perfectly timed.
Where the teacher went on maternity leave, and so they didn't have a replacement. So they just had this old lady that used to teach French, and they were like, "It's a Romance language. Get in there, just teach the book. Like, you'll figure it out."
Yeah.
And so we just tortured this lady. Everyone cheated on everything. I feel bad for some of those teachers, man. They put up with so much shit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's funny knowing them now. They have the saying of like, the easiest job in the world is to be a teacher, and the hardest job in the world is to be a good teacher.
Yeah.
Where that boy howdy, you have the option to just hire an idiot and hang out with kids.
Yeah.
That is a choice you get to make. But
that is so true.
I was laughing. I work in an area that speaks a lot of Spanish, and we had a funny run where a lot of times you'll have to talk to one of the kids because they'll be bilingual and the parents won't be.
Yeah.
And so you got to talk about kind of adult shit, you know, which is weird situations sometimes. But
yeah,
I was talking to this lady who got burned because she put out a fire of a chair in an apartment. And it turns out the only person that I could speak English with was the boy that set the fire.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, why is this guy being so cagey with me? And he was like, what? I was like, what? Like the chair, how'd the chair catch on fire? And he was just like, oh, that chair.
The smoldering one.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it. And I went over there and there's like alcohol and a lighter. And I'm like, just the chair soaked. And then he's like, I don't know who would have done that. Like, that's crazy. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to take your mom to the hospital. I don't know what's happening here. And then
oh my God,
we figured out from the mom at the hospital that boy set the fire.
You're like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
He had no answers for me. He's like, bro, man, someone set something on fire? How'd you get burned? What's going on?
You know what? That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That he did it. He was acting real cagey.
Oh, that made me laugh.
I saw a documentary, I think it was just a clip from a documentary about people who are sexually attracted to large inanimate objects. Like this kid was attracted to like a tilt-a-whirl at a carnival. He was in love with it. He was in love with it.
What strange.
And then not only it felt a little intrusive, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they like took the kid they like interviewed him, and I say kid, he's probably like 30, but they like interview him about the ride. And then
hey, little champ.
They take him there and like have him like have his version of sex with the ride. Like he like kind of lies under it and he hugs. He like feels the metal. He takes the this is the funniest part. He takes the oil and like puts it on his face.
All right, well, I'm gonna find a clip of that.
This is very personal. When I make love to him at home, when I start climaxing, I just keep saying over and over again. Just as I'm starting to go over the edge, I just tell him, I want your fluids, I want your fluids, I want your fluids. You smell good. God, you smell so good.
It's
That
intense.
sounds terrible.
And like I said, it felt a little wrong watching
That's
their
one of those, like,
private moment
Exposure therapy
between a man and
goes wrong, where it's like, I don't think we should be leaning into this one.
But I
think we should be staying
Yeah.
away from tilt-a-whirls.
Yeah.
We should stay far away from tilt-a-whirls.
Yeah,
Now, like,
I
dude-
think I might go that route too.
Like,
but
hey,
I
here's your
also-
freedom to bang this tilt-a-whirl.
Having said that, I did think it was kind of cool of the theme park to be cool about it and not respond.
Man, you get a call from MTV. You do what they say.
Not
You
just send them like a stern letter from their attorneys being like, please never come to our park
know?
again.
You can't rub your genitals on any of our rides.
Instead, they're like, you know what? Have at it, kid. You go get her.
Kid.
You go get her, and you hang on to her. Normally, we do have a pretty strict don't fuck the rides policy, but we're going to let you do
Seem like a good-
exactly that because
seem like
your
a good guy.
feelings seem genuine.
Yeah, so.
And I'm a sucker for romance. Get in there. You get in there and impregnate our tilt-a-whirl.
I think we had fun at our show together, the Harvest Hall one.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was
awesome.
actually a blast. I laughed because I went on the Dumb Zone and our show and was like, man, that show kind of sucked. It's a weird venue. And then Gretchen called me and was like, hey, do you want to do it again? And I was like, yeah, of course, please.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'll be there.
Always.
And yeah, it was a blast. It like sold. I think the back of the room, it wasn't. The first one was too packed, where they didn't have enough chairs, so too many people were by the back bar, so they got chatty. Where this time it was, like 20 less
Yeah.
people, but still full, and they
Hell
like
yeah.
were quiet and listening, and it was nice. But yeah, it was a fun
That
time.
is nice. Yeah, it was a great crowd. Yeah, good vibes.
Yeah.
Fun times. Met an airline pilot after.
Yep.
Did not get a chance to talk to him about season 2 of the rehearsal, which I wanted to,
Yep.
but then I was like, you know what? I also want to go home.
I would like to go home.
So that's cool. Another thing, it's funny, you were saying how crazy it is. You can see like the video of John McCain.
Yeah.
I think another crazy thing that I see on the internet from time to time is John F. Kennedy's entrance essay to Harvard.
Really?
And it seems like the work of a very dull and not interested boy. He's very like, he took like 5 minutes to write this thing out. It's so stupid. And
You said, you know who my dad is.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's like, do you know who my dad?
Who
That wasn't my best, but you know what?
Do you know who my dad is? I'm just doing Mayor Quimby, which is what he is. But
Ich bin on Harvard acceptance letter receiver. That's
There you go.
that's what the essay said. No,
Yeah.
it didn't, but it was pretty stupid, and it got me thinking. I was thinking, I wonder if it's possible that JFK, how he actually got into Harvard, was right before his entrance exams. He smoked a fat J, not knowing that he had accidentally rolled up the ashes of his super smart friend who had recently died.
Mm-hmm.
So he smokes the J, and then when he smokes it, the smartness of his dead friend goes into him, and then so he's really smart all of a sudden because of his smart friend's ghost being with him.
Was this the storyline to How High? One of them.
I was thinking you might ask. It is not like How High in any way, because How High was like a fish out of water story.
Yeah.
Kennedy, that is not a fish. He fits right in at Harvard.
Yeah.
Rich Massachusetts type guy.
Who's there?
So very different. Not
at all.
not like How High. Not like How High in any way. He didn't shake anything up on campus. He didn't bring any flavor to that. He didn't
spice to life,
Yeah, he didn't rock their
Season your
world
chicken.
with his in your face hip hop attitudes.
No, JFK would never.
JFK would never.
Do you have any closing thoughts, Scott? I want to hear about your...
Yeah, I first of all, shout out Regina Spektor. I went and saw Regina Spektor with Celine last night, and she fucking killed it. She's so awesome.
How was that?
It was awesome.
I don't even know what kind of music she does.
It's kind of hard to describe. It's like, I don't know, piano mostly.
Okay.
But like, yeah, she has one song where she like she has a drumstick, and part of it, she's playing like a keyboard and then hitting a drumstick on a wooden chair.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty sweet.
But it was badass. It was at the Majestic. But yeah, no, I wanted to, I think I'll leave on this note. I've been watching this show. It's really shitty, but I love it. It's called Welcome to Plathville.
Yeah.
It's about this big family of 11 of very religious people in Georgia, in like southern Georgia, and it's insane. There's too much to go into, frankly. But the daughter they all do music, really bad music. The daughter recently came out with a song that's about a relationship that went sour with another girl who's on the show, the ex-wife of her brother, actually.
Okay.
But the song is about a circus. And this is the chorus, okay? I'm tired of the circus. I'm tired of playing these games. I know I let you down. I guess it's safe to say I've changed. I never thought I'd be the girl at the freak show juggling flames. The juggling flames is not part of the freak show.
Yeah, that's just the show.
That's Sinner Ring, you know. But anyway, I never thought I'd be the girl at the freak show juggling flames, but now the circus is on fire, and I hope it never rains.
There we go, brother.
Which a few more notes. I like that in the song she's doing like a juggling act that goes horribly wrong.
And then it doesn't rain and extinguish the flames.
And like a circus fire is a tragic thing. A lot of people die.
People perish.
In horrid ways they can't get out. That's no fun. And furthermore, they wouldn't just let the fire burn until the next time it rained. I don't think there's any...
shit.
I don't think there's anywhere where that's the
first emergency plan.
Yeah, I don't think that's on
Give
the
it
books.
time. On a long enough timeline, all fires go out. That's what the old... As a fireman, you always got that in your back pocket.
That is true.
Nature will take its course.
On
a long enough timeline, this will go out.
Yeah. Old Mother Nature.
Old Mother Nature doing
our backs in
doing the Lord's work. But yeah, with that, we bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Until next time. Like and subscribe. Come see us do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
Check it out.
Jimmy and Scott digging through the past. Crazy tales they uncover fast. History's stranger than you think. They'll also talk about wieners in a blink. They'll talk about wieners in a blink. Oddball history.